Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling, and I hope you have absolutely wonderful day. It is Monday, so it is time for personalized card. Today I've got green and silver bridge wedding card for you, and I'm going to show you step by step how to create it. First, I've got 6 by 8 inches 300 GSM white card, and using my scoreboard, I'm going to create a bridge. To do it, I'm going to score it at 1, 2 inches, then I'm going to turn my card and do exactly the same. So scoring at 1 and 2 inches. And now we're going to fold the fold lines and burnish them. And this way you're going to have a card base for your project. Super simple, isn't it? And if you have never ever made bridge cards, I really encourage you to do it because it is super simple and the effect is absolutely stunning. And what's really good about this, you can fold it flat and it goes really nice in the envelope. For decoration, I decided to use Caring Thoughts paper pad from Sara's signature collection. It has that beautiful green pattern and I decided it will go really well with the green and silver pattern for today's project. As you can see, I created all the panels, and to add a little bit more interest and dimension, I'm going to use Pigment Opaque inks by Spectrum Noir in Grasshopper and green Topaz colors. And all the names of the products I use in today's video will be in the description down below, so you can check them out. And I actually wonder, have you ever made a bridge card or easel card for weddings? If you have, please let me know what color palette have you chosen. And that would be so cool if it wasn't that traditional color combo as I use in some of my previous videos with white and gold, but to be a little bit different, like in this case green and silver. It's not that very often when we see that color combo for weddings. And when all these colors are applied on the edges, we can start assembling our card base and the panels. As usual, I've got double-sided tape on the back, and using my pokey tool, I'm making it super easy to peel it off, and using my one and only magic glue, liquid glue, I'm going to assemble all the pieces together. And I wonder, what is your favorite trick or way to assemble panels to your card base? Please let me know in the comments down below. As you can see, this is just super simple. Whenever you create those panels, just make sure they are slightly smaller than your base. So if one of the panels is 1 inch, it has to be slightly smaller. Super simple. Now I'm going to use some hard dies from Tonic Studio, and yes, I'm going to die cut actually 4 of them, 2 bigger and 2 smaller. And we are going to decorate them with some inks and also alcohol markers, which will give so much interest to the card and make it even more special. I decided to use Spring Flowers stamp set collection from Creative Stamping Magazine issue 81. The flower images are absolutely gorgeous and I literally just couldn't resist. You can do so much with flowers, and flowers are always a good option for weddings, so that's why I chose them. Now I've got a scrap piece of paper and I'm going to use Distress Oxide Ink in tea dye color to add a little bit of color. It is very light, but it will give me the guidelines to actually color in all those images. And if you have never ever used that technique, it is super cool and quick, and you get really stunning effects. So I really encourage you to try it. Now, when we've got all those images, I'm going to use Illustrators, which are alcohol markers in neutral and portrait sets. And I'm going to use a couple of alcohol markers, and actually I'm going to color in all the images I stamped with Distress Oxide Ink tea dye color. As you can see, the whole collection here is absolutely beautiful and all the elements will work stunningly together. And I wonder, have you ever used that color combo for any occasion? Doesn't have to be wedding. And adding a little bit of green and gray it makes such a big difference. And actually the color palette is just so unique and I absolutely love it. To be honest, I really struggled at the beginning of creating that card, but in the end I really like the result. Do you actually do that in your card making and paper craft projects? Please let me know, because sometimes when we start a project and we don't feel like, oh, it's not going very great, should I do it more or should I stop? I try not to stop. I try to find a way that will actually turn my project into a really nice piece of art. I wonder, do you that in your creations? I really hope you do. If you have never ever made a bridge card, I really hope this video will inspire you to create some, because they are super simple and you get absolutely stunning effects. Now to add a little bit more contrast and also distress look, I'm going to use exactly the same tea-dye distress oxide ink. And trust me, with all those colors together, it is perfect. It is really perfect combination. Whenever you create any elements like this, I strongly suggest you clean your surface. Now I'm going to use edgeable dye from Crafter's Companion called Heartfelt Wishes, and I'm going to create a bridge on my card. Yes, you heard it correctly. I'm going to create a bridge. And to add a little bit more color, I'm going to use exactly the same inks I use for the panels, which are Pigment, Opaque inks by Spectrum Noir, and they are called Grasshopper and Green Topaz. So, as you can see, the whole card comes together really quickly and you really have that stunning images, and it is personalized, which means, yes, we're going to add a few more things to make it even more unique and special, and to do it I'm going to use Tonic Studio dies, and all the names of the products will be in the description down below so you can check them out. So I die cut the initials for the bride and groom in green card, and also I die cut the date on using white card, and this way you can actually color in any of the numbers or letters, and it will make your card special, because then you can actually match the same colors as you use for other elements. Now when our bridge is ready, yes, it is time to add those initials and numbers to make it super special. But first, we have to assemble all the hearts. And as you can see, I'm actually going to use the sides of the panels here. And this way, the hearts will float. And I really like that. Have you ever created that floating element on your project? Please let me know which elements or maybe nesting dice you used. Now, as you can see, I've got initials of bride and groom, and I use green card. And this way it will match all the panels, and also it will make it more special, because the theme for the wedding was actually green and silver. Have you ever heard about that color combo for wedding? If you haven't seen my other wedding card videos, I really encourage you to have a look at them, because I don't always go with traditional colors. I also use very colorful and bold colors. Now, using one of the alcohol markers, I color in all the numbers, and I'm going to adhere them at the very bottom of the card, which will make that card super unique and special. When this is ready, we are going to apply clear overlay on the initials, so it means they will sparkle when you move the card, and I absolutely love using clear overlay. It makes your project so special and beautiful. And I wonder, how do you add shimmer on your cards? Now I'm going to add a few silver gems, and the card is complete. I really wonder, what do you think about this, especially those silver hearts in the background? Please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it and feel inspired to create a bridge card. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video on a Thursday. Have a good day and happy crafting!